Welcome back to BBB Adventures, everybody, for a special Sunday edition. I'm here to talk about Brewster. Oh my gosh, we've had Brewster for 18 months and it's still not done. I mean, it's not even started. 18 months. I just want to go. Just want to take off and get on with my life. And I wish I could just close the door and have it be done. What happened? Oh my God, what happened? Oh, it worked! It worked! Bradley, you gotta come see this.
What? Oh my God. What is this? What did you do?
I closed the door.
What? What do you mean you closed the door?
I wished for it to be done and I closed the door.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Well,
let's go.
Let's go. Disco, come on. Let's go. We might as well hit the road. It's all done. Your mommy did something amazing, Disco Doggy.
That's so amazing. This is amazing.
I can't believe it.
It's everything I've dreamed of.
We should let's hit the road.
Let's just go. Goodbye, Coop.
So, I guess we have some explaining to do.
Yeah, I guess so.
We didn't actually drive off.
We didn't. We didn't go anywhere.
In fact, when we filmed that, we had just gotten home.
Yes, from a 10-day trip.
Picking up
our new adventure vehicle.
Yeah. Yeah, this is...
It was...
For those of you who've been with us a long time, you are probably getting used to this change in strategy associated with our adventure vehicle plans. First it was we were gonna build a school bus. Back when we were living in Taiwan, we were sitting around in Taiwan watching YouTube. We're like, we're gonna build a school bus. And then we changed that plan to, it's too big. Then we're gonna do a short school bus. No, that's not right. And then we ended up buying Birdie, for those of you who've been around. And that was a 1993 Toyota Dolphin-ish motorhome. We used that for a few years, learned a lot about what we did and didn't like about that. Swore we'd never have an RV again. Went back to a van, or went to a van. Sold Birdie.
We were going to do our own build.
Yeah, we were going to do our own build because we wanted to get exactly what we wanted. And then we bought Brewster 18 months ago. And yeah, we honestly, had we not decided to move to Houston, we may have actually
gotten Brewster done.
Or at least we would be well on our way to doing that build out. But we moved to Houston, and Houston's a busy lifestyle for us. And other things happened. People in our lives that are very close to us got sick, and if you've ever had anybody in your life that's close to you get sick, it puts things in perspective.
That's what it does.
Then Mary Beth, after Loop the Lake, Mary Beth had the accident on the ladder, which really put things into perspective because, quite honestly, she's lucky that her injuries weren't worse.
But it just goes to show you that life is very, very precious, and we shouldn't be wasting time thinking, oh, when the van gets done, we'll go do that. Oh, when the van is done, we're going to go do that. We got tired of saying that.
We said that a lot.
We said that a lot. We actually booked a campground for my nephew's wedding in October, thinking we were going to camp in Franklin.
Which we've done.
Which we've done, and we're excited to do, but really, that's not what we want to be doing.
No.
We have Brewster, and we thought when we booked that campground that Brewster would be undone, you know, in the middle of its build, but unfinished. And
yeah, all these other things happened,
Yeah.
and we're like, you know what? We're not getting any younger. Well, at least I'm not. Mary Beth is. No, we're not getting any younger, and we need to move on. We need to get on with it because we do have lots of plans, and so many of you have offered your driveways for when our adventure vehicle's done, and we
can't wait.
Yeah, we can't wait. So if you've made that offer, we're coming.
Drop us a comment.
Okay, so that's a little bit of context on why we changed our strategy again. And
I have to add too that Brentley was feeling the pressure, completely self-induced pressure to get Brewster done. And it was affecting his health. No doubt about it.
Yeah.
The stress of that pressure was completely gone, just like that, as soon as we made the decision to not build it out Brewster.
It's true.
It's true.
And, you know, since we moved to Houston, I've worked really hard at getting the coop set up, partly to do the Brewster build, but I have lots of other things I could be building and furniture for the house or whatever. And I didn't need a giant project. I didn't need it. I got lots to do. I got a list of things to do that will never end. So I didn't need that added pressure. And for those of you who were looking forward to the build,
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. I will try to film some of the other smaller projects I do for those of you who are interested in the build stuff that I do. We'll include some of that. And there are some smaller projects, even for this new van, that I'll be doing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're not major things, but I may drive, I don't know, I may film some of that, but
right.
We digress. That's the justification. Go ahead and make fun of us in the comments. We can take it
Yeah.
in terms of our inability to
stick
to a plan. But I think we're going to stick to this one because we bought a pretty high-end van.
We bought a brand new
high-end van.
28 miles when we drove off the lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You may be asking, okay, well, what are you going to do with Brewster? It's basically a brand new van. Well, we're selling it to Jake, and he's going to turn it into a mobile repair station for his bicycle business, his e-bike, his electric personal vehicle business. He's got a need, and he was planning on buying a van, so I'm actually going to help him build that out to
meet his needs.
To meet his needs, which will be vastly different than what we were planning. It's basically going to be a mobile workstation, bicycle repair, electronics repair sort of thing. So we may bring you on for part of that as well, don't know, but again, I got lots to do.
So Brewster stays in the family.
Yes. Okay, now that we're done rationalizing our poor decision making.
How did we come to the conclusion that this was the model and van we wanted?
Yeah.
How did we do that?
Yeah.
Once we made the decision that we were going to abandon the Brewster build, Brentley got on the internet and started searching.
I did. I found all the websites that sell used vans, new vans. I looked at small van builders. I watched tons of YouTube videos about van builds. I went into full sort of research mode. Now, I've been watching van videos. We've been watching van videos for years and years and years. So it wasn't like this was a brand new.
Hashtag van life is not new to us.
Yeah. So
we've been studying the process.
Right. So we knew, and we had done a lot of work in our Brewster layout. So we knew the things that we wanted. And so I went into the next level of research and found a bunch of, like, I can't remember the name of it. There's specific websites.
RVTrader.com?
No, it's Camper Van Trader, but they're very specific to camper vans. And I started looking at those and looking at the different models. And we ran across a YouTube video, a link to a YouTube video on one of these sales sites for this van in California. It was used. It was a few years old. They were selling it. And we really liked watching the video. We really liked what we saw in terms of the build layout, the quality of the components, the apparent, what it looked like a very high quality build. And it was from a company called Nuvo that's based out of Las Vegas. So we talked to that guy. And then that led us to the Nuvo website where we began to research those. So that
introduced
us to this company, Nuvo. At the same time, the other one that I found online was that sort of made the final list was a company in Boulder, Colorado called Geotrek. And they made a van that was sort of half van, half box truck on a Mercedes chassis, really cool, but too tall. So we talked to them about could they put a different air conditioning system in that didn't require the roof unit. They were willing to do that. And so, and there were some really interesting things about that particular vehicle. So when we got it down to those two, And we did look at a lot of others, but when we got down to those two, we decided, hey, we can't actually make a decision between these two without seeing them. So we booked a flight and we went to Boulder to check out Geotrek, and then to Las Vegas to look at Nuvo, all in the same trip. And we got a few excerpts of what that looked like that we'll show now.
It blows my mind. We're working on 4 or 5 vans at a time, but it's quickly turned into 4. Reason being is we just got the space to do it and the people to come in. And
business must be good.
Business
You know,
is great.
So you guys built a box in that other shop and drop it on the chassis. We just finished the factory tour, the Geotrek factory, and now we're back at the model, the Veris model. This is the very first one they've ever built. It's actually going to a customer, but they're letting us look through it. But we're going to walk you through this option relatively quickly, but we're going to give you the walkthrough. But this is built on a Sprinter, all-wheel drive Sprinter Cutaway. But for those of you who don't know, a Cutaway basically is just the cab, and then the back is just the chassis. So you set on the box, and this box is made of
It's a composite, they call it.
It's fiberglass on the outside, like an inch or more polystyrene, and then a piece of fiberglass interior treated so it looks like a wall panel. It's white on the inside, but anyway, very strong, all bolted together.
R11 insulation rating.
Yep. It's super tall, but they promise us it's 10'6", which is the size of the door at the coupe. On the outside, you've got a ton of these. On both sides, you got these boxes, and this is really a significant amount of external storage. So you've got this pass-through garage, so this goes all the way through, and there's a door just like this on the other side. This is big. This thing is huge. You have the EcoFlow power system. You've got a water heater over there, a shower. You can get this Versa rack stuff. They can put L-track on the floor. All sorts of options. But man, that storage is amazing, amazing. The key word on this one is storage, and then storage. Come on. I'm gonna show. So on the inside, because it's a box, and because it's, I don't know, it's got to be a foot or more wider than a van. It's got a very roomy feeling interior space. But if you start in the cab, both seats swivel, and you've got this 2-passenger seat with seat belts that
It also swivels.
yeah, it pivots around and faces forward, so you can have two strapped-in forward-facing passengers
with shoulder belts.
Yeah, I'm guessing you could probably put a child seat on that
Forward,
seat.
yeah.
But yeah, storage up here. It's big. It's pretty big. The storage up there.
Those cubbies too.
Yeah, these are cubbies. This is a desk. This table folds up, and there's a leg that comes down, so you can sit here, and this can be your do your working if you're a worker, if you have a job. Big counter space. This is a induction cooktop that you can put here and plug in there. It's got lots of drawers for the kitchen. And it's got 3 drawers here. The bottom drawer here is a step to get up to the bed. It's a queen size bed. There's storage all along this side. All the windows are these awning style windows, so they open up out. And they've all got a blackout curtain screen thing or a bug screen. These are closets. Very big. And then there's a bathroom with a toilet and a shower. There's actually a shower door that closes this way.
This has a
toaster oven in it. And it's got this
huge refrigerator.
massive refrigerator, freezer. It's massive.
huge.
It's huge. This is the kind of thing you see in like a big fifth wheel.
This is a big,
Huge.
huge storage there too.
Huge. Yeah. That's option number uno.
Geotrek.
Geotrek
Veris. Well, we've reached our destination for the evening.
Our accommodations.
Our accommodations, as
That's what they say. As they say.
Our flight to Vegas is tomorrow morning. Oh, there's a sauna.
Oh. Somebody's got a barrel.
This is where we are.
Hey, it's us!
Hey!
It's us!
Welcome to Boulder. Hello, my friend. How's it going? Good. Hello, Mary Beth.
Hi.
Good to see you. It's always a party at Casa Doozer. Even at 7 in the morning.
Yeah, we're at the airport. We're at the Denver airport.
On our way
Had a-
to the next airport.
We had a very nice time with our friend Ryan Van Duzer.
It was awesome. Thank you so much, Ryan.
And happy birthday again.
Yes.
Now we're flying to Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas! Welcome to Vegas.
We actually scarfed down our lunch. We had 15 minutes to eat and walk over here. It is now our appointment time. And we're probably gonna walk in the door a minute late. But we did get our lunch in. That's good.
This facility is a 20,000 square foot facility. Previous to this, about 2.5 years ago, we moved out of a 6,000 square foot facility, which is basically just a big garage.
Right.
Could only fit 2, maybe 3 vans if you were really pressed. So, you know, we moved in here 2.5 years ago thinking this was just a massive space and this is our long-term home, but as you probably noticed in the parking lot,
Yep.
there's not a lot of space here. We're kind of almost bursting at the seams already, and it's kind of a testament to, you know, how fast the business has grown. Customer demand just keeps going up and up and up and up, and we're getting so much interest from all over the country. It's a really exciting time to be
Good problem to have.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a 9-stage production process. So each van is in a stage just once per day. So it'll be in stage 1 today, stage 2 tomorrow, stage 3 the next day, and
So
so
it's
on.
a progressive line. They move through. One comes in, one goes out.
Yep, kind of snakes around the warehouse. And so it only takes 9 days for one van to be produced. And right now we're pumping out 1 a day.
This cutout is for the door handle.
Right, right, for the fire exit, yeah. A lot of people ask what that little cutout is for, but you guys are already on top of it, which I
And this
appreciate.
this has the 9-speed transmission. 'Cause
Correct.
The
Yeah,
previous
they did
one was kind
full,
of problematic.
Full ground-up engine redesign
Yeah.
in 2022 and switched from a 6-speed to a 9-speed
Yeah.
transmission, which was definitely needed.
Yeah. These curves. I'm a novice work worker, and I see these curves and stuff like that. And you know, you can do it once
Yep.
if you're going to do it by hand, because you
Yeah.
can tweak it, whatever. But to do it at any level of production, it's tough to get that
Yeah.
right. So
Yeah.
that this gap looks good and there's not a lip here.
Exactly.
It's tough to get this right.
Yep. And it's honestly one of the biggest kind of attention grabbers when people are looking at different vans. A lot of them are just sharp corners,
Right.
hard edges, squared off cabinetry and all of that. And you know, our founders, they're, you know, a bunch of guys from France. So
Yep.
there's definitely a lot of European influence
Yeah.
in the design.
Yeah.
And they also pulled a lot from the nautical world as well. So like Vitrafigo, they're an Italian marine company. The flooring we pulled directly from, you know, boats.
Is this a lawn seal or whatever it's
I
called?
don't know exactly what it's
This
called.
is a boat flooring, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's where we got it from.
Shit's bulletproof.
Yep.
Yeah, so we toured those 2 factories. What we were looking for is a vehicle that would be as close to what we would have built as possible in terms of layout, build quality, component quality, features, and because that's part of the reason we wanted to build our own is we didn't think we could find something that ticked enough of those boxes that we would be satisfied. But a lot has changed since in 18 months. This is an evolving industry, and the two vans that we looked at didn't exist 18 months ago. We liked both of these factories. We liked what we saw. We liked the size of the companies. We liked what they were doing. We liked what they stood for. We actually thought it was going to be a tough decision, and we would have probably invoked the patented decision-making spreadsheet. Not patented. But when we got to Vegas and we walked through the Plus LB, we just knew. Not that the Geotrek product wasn't great, but we just felt it was an emotional response. We just walked into that and we went, this is it.
It feels like home.
This feels like home. This is the one we want. So we actually, before we left the factory, we put a deposit down and got a build date and got on their production schedule.
Sure.
Tell us who you are.
My name is Alex. I'm on the sales team at Nuvo.
And what did you just do?
I sold you guys a Plus lift bed.
We put a deposit down. Thank you so much, Alex.
You're very welcome.
I really appreciate your time.
You're very welcome.
So then, once we were on the production schedule, we booked tickets to go pick it up when they said it was going to be done. And we drove it home. Before we show you some highlights of our trip home, we wanted to walk you through the van so that you'd be able to see. We'll do a quick tour of it, maybe figure out for yourself why we fell in love with it and why we thought this was the right layout for us. It may not be the right layout for everybody, but this layout really did check all of our boxes. So we're going to walk you through it now. We're going to give you a tour, and then we will show you highlights of our maiden voyage bringing her home.
2,000 miles.
2,000 miles. We had a great time, and well, yeah. But let's
go check her out.
Let's go check her out. Come on.
Disco doggy. Welcome to the tour of our brand new 2026 Nuvo Plus LB. LB stands for lift bed, and you'll understand when we get inside of it. And I would also like to tell you, our subscribers, you want to know what we're going to call her. And we have decided that this van is feminine because of her curves, and you'll understand again when we get inside. So we have named her
Drum roll.
Beverly! You know, Beverly, first part of her name is kind of beveragey. So she was our preferred female name when we asked for Brewster's name, but Brewster was a boy, and Brewster just was not Beverly. So Brewster definitely fits for Brewster, but this is Beverly, and we love it. We love her. So Brentley's going to show you on the outside, and then I'll take you inside later.
And for those of you who are wondering where Brewster is,
Oh, yeah.
well, he's right here. He's right here in the shop, getting ready to be built out for our son's business.
Yeah.
But Beverly's here.
Beverly's here.
Time for the outside tour. All right, so the first thing you're going to notice about the outside is how tall it is. This is the super high roof chassis on the Ram ProMaster. Brewster was just the high roof chassis. This is the super high roof chassis. And I really don't remember how many extra inches it is. It's on the order of 7 or 8 extra inches of height. So it's on the super high roof, and that's important. When we get into the inside, you'll see why that's important, because it's this super high roof chassis that enabled the layout, which is the thing that we fell in love with when we toured it. So yeah, just keep that in mind. We had the hood wrapped in a matte black wrap because we think it looks better, and we're trying to protect the paint, although long term, I'm guessing we're gonna have this taken off and one of those coatings that the Kevlar thing that the Jeep guys do. I'm sure that that's eventually what's going to be here. Anyway, that's one thing we did. We had our logo put on it. But the other things about the outside is it has this Girard awning. This is an electric awning that comes out. It's fully self-supported, so there's no poles that have to come down. And it has a sensor, so when the wind blows, blows hard enough, it automatically retracts to protect itself. So that we thought that was cool. And there is an LED strip on it, so for porch light. This has windows. These are all acrylic double pane windows. And they are awning windows, and we'll show you what that means when we do the inside tour. Another thing that we had added is this, which is a connector for external solar panels. So we can put another 600 watts of solar and connect it here, and it'll go into there's a separate solar charge controller, and then it'll go into the Victron Multiplus electrical system and charge the batteries. It's got, on the roof, it's got 400 watts of solar, so there's two 200-watt panels up there. But if we're parked boondocking somewhere and need extra solar, we'll have it here. The other thing about the electrical system is it pulls from the alternator and also charges the batteries. So there are multiple ways if you're boondocking that you can charge the batteries. We just took this on a 10-day trip and we didn't plug it in. This thing had never been plugged in until we got it here at the coop and plugged it in. So the battery system works really, really well. We upgraded with the extra lithium-ion battery. It's Lithionics batteries, and we got a total of 1,320 amp hours of battery. It is a huge electrical system. We wanted that because the roof AC is a Truma 110 volt AC air conditioner, and we wanted a big battery system to be able to run that if we're boondocking in the desert or whatever. Okay, so on the back, we got the optional, this is a box made by Rover. It's branded Nuvo, but it's really made by Rover vans. So we got this. This is a box for storage. And it has this plate thing on the outside to mount things. And then we got, this is for our bikes. We're gonna put the Gemini bikes up here. This is, these are the one-up bike racks. If you're familiar with these are really nice. So we'll have both Geminis here. And then this is the optional spare tire mount. So the spare tire is not underneath, and a ladder to access the roof if you need to clean the solar panels or whatever. In the back, there's a garage. This box is the second Lithionics battery. So if you choose not to have that, you get a little bit bigger garage, but it's not bad. And then this is the outside shower, and there's a quick disconnect shower nozzle that's in the box right now, but it comes there for external shower. And then people ask what this is for, and this is so you can reach your hand in and get to this in case you need to get out, because this is an exit, as you can see. The van comes with these protective covers, or these insulated blackout shades, magnetic. It has these for the front windshield, both passenger door, or the passenger and driver's door, and these two doors. The rest of them have built-in shades, and we'll show you what that's like. But these are super high quality, well insulated. These are the kind of touches that really attracted us to the Nuvo brand. These are really well-made things, well-made
window
coverings. The other thing in the back is you have these two storage compartments here that you can actually access those from the inside as well. But you can. Yeah, those doors will actually open with these doors shut.
Oh, but you're
yeah.
back.
But if you had something there you absolutely had to have, or whatever,
you can barely access them.
You can barely, but you can. So on this side, we have the water fill and the smart plug connector for the power in, and it's a 30 amp input. I think then, down here, it has a gray water tank. It doesn't have a black water tank, it has a gray water tank. So this is the gray water
outlet.
Yeah, the drain, and there's a storage thing here for the hose, and then this is an exhaust for
the Rixson furnace water heater. And then they put running boards. Running boards come standard. And then we upgraded the off-road wheels and tires. Not that we think we're going to take it off-road, but we think they look awesome. And yeah, they're a little noisy, honestly. You can hear the tires on the road, but it's not terrible. And I think it looks great. All right, that's really it. On the roof, I talked about the solar and the Truma air conditioner.
Max fan.
And it's got a max fan, which we'll talk about when we get to the inside. And then it's got a long running board on this side, which acts as a step to get in. And so Mary Beth's going to take you inside.
Welcome in. Hopefully there's enough light in here. I can turn on the lights. Like Brewster had, we have swivel seats up here. These seats rotate, spin around. At this chair, we have a table that comes down. And it's a workstation. I can push myself back a little bit further if I wanted, I think.
You can.
Yeah. So plenty of space to work here. It has a dedicated light, nice workstation, power plugs. Beautiful. There's actually a 110 outlet under here too for the laptop, should you need it. Okay, and we have a closet. Hanging closet. I think we each had 3 garments hanging in there on our trip.
And there was more space.
There was more space. Huge over cab storage. Just, it's huge. This place, it wraps around all the way back here. It wraps around all the way back there. Lots of storage up here. Microwave, air fryer, convection oven. 3-in-1. Works great. I roasted vegetables and sausage in there. I cooked a butternut squash in there in the microwave. It was beautiful. Large freezer compartment for an RV, large. For a van. Refrigerator. We haven't emptied it out yet. Still has some of our food in there.
I see a beer in there.
Oh, of course there's beer in there. 2 big drawers underneath the refrigerator. Well, this one, there's something.
The breaker panel.
Breaker panel is here, so we don't get a full drawer here, but the bottom drawer is full. And then we have a induction cooktop here. Silverware drawer, utensils. More kitchen drawer space.
And if you look at the construction,
This is all super good marine plywood and
Tongue and groove?
dovetail joints.
Dovetail joints.
It's really
really excellent construction.
Yeah, we chose the interior color. What did they call this?
This is walnut.
Walnut with a green cabinet face. That was an upgrade.
Can't really see the green. It's too dark.
And under the sink, storage space. A nice deep stainless steel sink with the hose. You know, this goes out and you can spray off your feet down there if you want, or use the back shower. This is drinking water filtered with a hospital grade filter. Great drinking water. A nice cubby. And the pantry. Double.
2 pantries.
2 pantries. This, the owners of this company are French, so they made sure that you can fit a bottle of wine in this pantry. Probably more than one. Oh, the shower. So we have a full shower. You know, when we... What's
got a light.
Oh, a light, yeah. When we were planning the Brewster build, Brewster was not going to have a shower. We were pretty much against having a shower because it's sort of a wasted space. But when we saw this layout, super high roof, Nuvo plus LB, look, it's 7 feet. It's more, I think 7 feet 2 inches is the ceiling height in here. That is super tall, and it makes it feel so roomy. But anyway, we decided that we did want a shower. We don't have a problem with the shower. It's got the Nautilus self-cleaning door on there. We chose the Trolino. We provided it ourselves. We had it shipped to Nuvo as they were building Beverly. They offered a cassette toilet that was fixed. You couldn't remove it, and the canister was accessible from outside, or a dry flush toilet that you could remove. We chose not to have the dry flush toilet. It just seemed like added ongoing costs that we didn't want with the bags and stuff. So we chose this. Okay, and back here, this is the rear lounge. This is our lounge area. We love eating our meals back here. We can fit 6 people around this table comfortably. So the way Nuvo did this with our under bed storage, we didn't lose storage. We have storage here, but we can have a permanently made up bed. The dining room table is up in the position. We can lower the bed and it nests. The table nests right in here.
Okay, let me. Yep.
Voila, we have our bed. This is our step stool to get up and down in it. There. And they added a shelf for Brentley's CPAP machine. There's an outlet there for it.
You can, and what's cool is you can see through the windows when you're laying down. You can see through the windows because the bed lowers enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then those lights have USB charger things on them, so you can charge your device at night. And you can also easily get access to this plug here. So it's really well thought out.
It is. So yeah, this is the bed. It's awesome. So you lower this table and you can spread the cushions out over it and make a lower bunk. Or you can just make it a lounge area for watching TV. The TV is right here. Oh yeah. And we have storage behind the cushions.
It's actually quite big.
It's actually quite big. There's one on both sides. So this, you can make this into a lower bunk. So it can sleep 4, or however many people you want to put down there.
Okay.
So 2 people can sleep up here, and 2 or 3 or 4 people can sleep down here.
So cool.
So cool. It was this section of the Nuvo plus LB that sold us on this van right here. The lift bed is it's here. It's a bed. It's always made up. You don't have to put away your bedding every day. It's always made up. The reason a lift bed never worked for us with the Brewster layout type of vans is because you lost the overhead storage. If you wanted to have a lift bed, you couldn't have any storage over there. Well, Nuvo solved that problem with the super high roof lift bed and put the storage under the bed. So this is where our clothing will go. We each have 2 spacious cabinets for clothing. And a bed that's permanently made. I forgot to mention the overhead sink cabinet. This is where we keep our plates and coffee mugs.
It's a massive cabinet.
It's
cavernous.
Huge. Yeah. Brentley talked about his projects, small projects that he's going to do for Beverly, and one of them is to build shelves to make that tall space more useful. And then there's also a corner cabinet here, which we currently have all of our paperwork in. But this will be used for something very useful in the future, not the paperwork.
Disco thinks we're going somewhere, so he got in his bed. Right, buddy?
Brentley talked about the windows and how they are awning style. They just push out and open, and they have bug screens or privacy screens.
And they are blacked out. It's
Yeah.
crazy how much light they don't let in.
You just can't see that there's lights on in here when you walk around it at night.
It's amazing.
It is. So there's 3 windows that operate like this. The one in the door and the 2 back in the lounge. While I'm still in the van, I should tell you about the Max Air Fan. When we turn it on, we could set it to a temperature, a desired temperature, and once it reaches that temperature, it shuts off and it closes its lid. And if it drops below that temperature, it'll turn, or above that temperature, it'll turn back on and start the process all over again. It works great. It sucks air in through those open windows and cools the van off nicely. So because Beverly has a super high roof, that makes this storage compartment up pretty high. But Nuvo thought about that, and they built this storage box. It's actually extra storage, you can put stuff in. But mostly, it's a step stool. So you can get into this space quite easily. But the stool is also important when it comes to using the air fryer microwave convection oven. I have a perfect view of inside the oven while I'm standing on this stool. And in both this door opening and the front door opening, the sliding door opening, there are bug screens. They unravel and they magnetic close, and they keep out the bugs. They're great, and they let the breeze flow through. Awesome. Last but not least is our outdoor table. There's a power plug underneath in case you need to use an electric fry pan or something. You can plug it in. And our bar, our liquor cabinet.
Conveniently located next to the cocktail table.
Yes. That's the tour of Beverly. If you have any questions, please let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to answer them. We love talking about Beverly. There she is.
There she is. That's Beverly.
That's our adventure vehicle.
Yeah, we're super excited about it. And the 10 days that we spent in it, moseying our way back from Las Vegas, yeah, it was really great.
It was great.
Yep, we'll share a few highlights of that now.
Knowing what you know about this guy right here, you might be surprised to hear about the stop we're planning to make on purpose. Because it has that 4-letter word in it.
Don't even say it.
It starts with the letter S and it ends with the letter A-N-D. Where are we going?
White Sands National Park.
Can you believe it?
Well,
We're going there on purpose.
I'm not sure I'm going to get out of the truck. I may just stay in Beverly while Mary Beth and Disco go, trips it through the sand, and then I don't know. I'll have to de-infect them. I'll have to disinfect them before I let them back in the van. I don't know. There it is. What are we doing? Oh my God! Look at that.
Are you sure you want to go here?
Oh, I don't know. That's probably enough. I've seen enough. It's pretty. Next stop. This may have been a mistake.
Really not sure what we're doing here. There's a lot of sand. Hopefully this doesn't turn into a disaster. Let's go. This is really neat.
So that was fun at the White Sands National Park.
It's about all the sand I need for a while.
Yeah, me too. It was fun. I'm glad we did that.
Yeah, it was very interesting. Learned lots about the critters that live out there and the plants and stuff.
There's an owl that burrows
In holes in the ground, and then it makes rattlesnake sounds to scare prey away. It makes sounds like a rattlesnake.
That's really cool.
It's so cool.
I never knew about an owl who did that.
Well, that's it. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for following along. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing the update on what we're doing in our adventure vehicle in Beverly and all that. We've got lots planned. Now that we've got a vehicle,
Our calendar's filling up.
once we get it dialed in, do a few things, we are filling up the calendar with some adventures. We'll take you along with those. Some of that's going to include some RAGBRAI training,
Yep,
because RAGBRAI's coming,
like a freight train.
and we're not ready yet, but we will be. Lots of questions about how Mary Beth's doing. She's doing fine. She's continued to recover. She's not 100% yet.
Nope, not yet, but I'm recovered enough to ride a bicycle. I need to work on strengthening up this leg to climb those hills in Iowa, but I'll get there.
For those of you who've been following on Loop the Lake and commenting and engaging with us, we're enjoying that. We hope you're continuing to enjoy the series. It's almost over. There are a few episodes left. Then we're going to do a detailed review of our experience with those Geminis and how they performed on Loop the Lake as full-on touring bikes. And yeah, lots more to come. So thanks for watching.
Enjoy the ride.
Wear a helmet.